Hi and welcome to the OCR Review, a podcast that covers all things OCR from all around the world.
The first truly international OCR podcast. We are from the UK, living in Asia and following the US racing scene to bring you a holistic overview of what's going on in OCR globally. Hi guys, and welcome to episode 19 of the OCR Review. We are super pumped to have Hunter McIntyre on the podcast with us today, who is going to be telling us about his new and upcoming event, OCR Stars. So welcome, Hunter.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us.
You stayed up so late there. So is it middle time is there?
Yeah, we've got some...
I'm at like 10:30.
Yeah, so funky old time zones for, late UK and then early doors for me. So 5:30 here, and I'm going to be going for my run after this.
Wow.
Hence
all right.
giant
Well,
mug of tea.
I've got Fit Aid.
Awesome. It's just all about the drinks, really. It's what keeps us going through these things.
Yeah, cool. I'm a protein coffee guy, tea guy, a Fit Aid guy, and if you can get me drunk, I love whiskey and malt liquor. It's very hot, so I'm taking my clothes off. I know we just got started.
Oh well, there we go.
Stars you mean to go on?
Just level of casual now, like no other. So, as long as you don't expect us to follow suit, because quite frankly, in Singapore, it would be illegal if my neighbours could see me. So.
Yeah, we'll keep that in wraps. It's not illegal here in Malibu, so I'll keep my shirt off for the rest of the interview.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, thank you so much for.
How can I fill you guys in?
Yeah, so OCR Stars, super excited to see the news that you are now an event planner as well as a racer. So what we'd love to know, obviously this year has been crazy year, no races, virtual races. Why is OCR Stars an event like no other? What's your elevator pitch for why people should be getting involved in this one?
My elevator pitch is that I, as an athlete, I want my season back. And I think anybody who's listening to this probably wants their season back too. And I'm not the kind of guy who's going to sit back and allow a year to go to waste just because of circumstances that are outside of our control. So what is in our control is something that I'm going to work on every single day tirelessly until I get everybody in the community hearing about it and everybody in the community participating in it, because I know we all love to do what we do. I know we love the experience of showing up to the start line and sharing it with people we've never met before or people that we've raced with 100 times with already. But we can still have that. You can still work locally in your community and you can work globally in this event experience by joining OCR Stars and getting your season back and basically working together as a community to host an incredible event that we can all at least have that feeling again for a short period of time. And hopefully by the end of the year, once this event's over, we have a little bit more promise of what our future is going to be. But until then, don't sit back on your ass and wait for it to come. Like, join me in this event and help me create something that's never been done before. And, let's go have a great November. Like, let's take the whole month by storm and kick some ass.
Awesome. So obviously this year you've started this because of everything being shut down and stuff. Is the plan to do yearly events, like more than one a year, or is it just a circumstantial one?
I mean, it's more circumstantial. I told everybody in my team, and I'm telling everybody that's getting associated, such as you guys, that it's my goal as a creator to create one amazing product and make sure I give that my very best attempt and best focus before I try to do what all of these events do. Is they start with one event and then they have 100 events, and then it doesn't feel like those 100 events even get the attention, 1% of the attention that it deserves. And I watched it happen with Tough Mudder. I watched it happen with Battle Frog. I watched it happen kind of with Spartan Race. I want to give something that has all of my attention, and I want to do it well, and I want to make sure that by the end of this thing, everyone's like, wow, I cannot wait to do another one of those. I don't want to be like, hey, now that you're signed up for this, why don't you sign up for this one? You know what I mean? So one and done. And if everybody agrees with me that this went off well, hey, year 2 is right around the corner.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the other thing, I'm a coach, and I think I'm lagging on my end of sending you guys a DM with my email and stuff, but I saw today or yesterday, I don't know, time zones are freaky, that you guys are reaching out for partner coaches. So have you got a bit more information about what that entails?
Yeah, and if I can maybe just jump on to Sean's question with that as well. Are you running like a CrossFit style model with this? Because you've reached out to partner coaches and host gyms. Sorry to just add that in there as well, because I feel they might be related.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one and the same. Basically, what I'm asking the entire community to do is come to a shared experience. Like, I'm one man. I have a team of about 5 that are great people. The network is large, but we beat the drum so hard and scream so loud. Like, collectively as a group, we can come together and really do our very best to create outreach and win this back. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know anybody in Singapore. I have a few friends in the UK. Is it easy for me to hop on the call and just give everybody like a ring and be like, hey, jump on board? Like, yes, but I can only make so many of those calls. So if I'm asking people who are interested and want to have this experience is to share it with me. And if you're a coach, I'm sure that you're working with athletes that love to exercise, they love to compete, they love to venture. I'm asking you to be a part of our network and help reaching out in your community and giving your athletes something to do, give them some purpose. And, whether it be you make a team, whether it be you guys all sign up individually, whether it be you don't have the time to compete, but you want to be able to spread the word and tell your local gym about it or get your clients to do it. That's our goal. Like I've talked to Yancey, Rich Diaz, Dennis Welch, Faye Stenning. Like, these are all the people that are very close to me in my network. They're all coming on as support coaches. They all have hundreds of clients. So it's our goal to like basically reach out within these networks. I'm not trying to sell anybody anything. I'm not giving people affiliate links. Like, essentially this is basically like a charitable experience. I'm just saying, hey guys, if you believe in this, I need your help. It's my goal to get 10,000 athletes to sign up for this thing.
Wow.
And if we do that, we will basically have done something that never has been done before in history. We'll have a bigger cash prize that's ever been given out in history. We'll be able to give back to the age groupers and give back to everyone who signed up in some way that's never been done by an event organizer before. So, it's kind of like a daisy chain. All of us linked together create much more of a possibility than just one. So that's why we've created these opportunities.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So just to give, so like if you were a coach, which you are, I would suggest listen, contact Benny Gifford, B Gifford at OCRstars.com. If you're interested, we'll send you the coach deck, all the information you have to know about it, the workouts, the equipment that's needed for the workout, the dates that are happening during the workout, some of the things you basically need to let your clients know. Like, obviously it's a running event. Obviously it has these kinds of movements. Like, it's not like CrossFit at all. CrossFit is kind of all encompassing, but this isn't power clean and jerks at 255 pounds into walking on your hands and then ring muscle ups. That's fitness, which we love. I love going to do CrossFit workouts, but this isn't that. So I would want to give you those kind of notes. If you were a gym, I would say, hey, listen, let's say you're downtown London. I'd be like, and you have 500 members. I'd be like, well, here's our goal. My goal, first off, would be sign up a team and have somebody like a team represent your gym. Here's all the information you need to know about it. Like, do you have the equipment? Are these dates available? Do your clients love to run and lift and sweat really hard and have a blast during the whole month of November? And if it's all aligned, I'd be like, perfect. And then all of a sudden you'd go into our gym directory and like we'd have major cities all around the world and there'd be like the top 5 gyms in each of those cities.
Cool.
So we're doing our best. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, it sounds hectic.
Yeah, I mean, from a logistics standpoint, that's a hell of a lot of things to juggle and incredibly ambitious as well. I mean, I think we'd expect nothing less of you to set the bar super, super high and, you know, be shooting for that. So exciting news on that front. I think what I'd love to know is how participants will be categorized as part of it. So you've mentioned giving more opportunity to age groupers. You've mentioned different host venues being able to compete against each other, different cities. Is this going to have a whole host of categories? So, you know, like a pro division and a competitive division. Is this just going to be anyone who wants to get involved can just throw that hat in the ring and give it a go? Can people join with their kids, with their families? How are you kind of arranging participants as part of the experience?
At this point, I'll give you guys the categories. We have 15 categories you can sign up for.
Whoa.
14. You can be a pro, male or female. You can be an age grouper, and it goes up from 18 years old all the way up by 10 years, all the way up into your 60s.
Okay.
You can obviously participate with your children. Legally, I can't have people signing up under the age of 18. I'm starting to learn this. Like, I love showing up to events and doing it. I'm starting to understand all the legality and the red tape that surrounds an actual event.
Yeah.
I won't physically have anybody doing anything in front of me other than my friends participating against me. So, I mean, there's a little bit of leeway, but at the same time, I can't have a 5-year-old doing our workouts and then all of a sudden, like, I'm not covered for that. So a family can be involved. I hope you bring your kids to the workouts. I hope your kids love to go jogging with you during the running events, or at least support you at the track. That would be great. I'll have to be honest. I would love to have your kids sign up, but I can't take their money or their participant name, just to be honest.
Cool.
Yeah. But so the way you can sign up is you could be a pro, you can be an age grouper, or you can be a team. You can be an age grouper in a team or a pro in a team. So let's say Hunter McIntyre, I sign up in the pro division. I will also sign up for the team, Hunter McIntyre's team, blah, blah, blah. And then my buddy Benny, Matt, Nick, Ryan, all of us sign up together. It works just like a cross-country event. Everybody's running individually, but we're all on the same team. So I may win the whole thing, or somebody else may win the whole thing, and I get their individual score. But let's say I take first, some guy takes 7th, another guy takes 10th throughout the whole thing. Your score collectively comes together, and whoever has the lowest score wins the team series.
Awesome. Is there a team size or a team limit, or is it a case of have as many people on your team as you can?
5 men, 5 women. So that's an all male team, all female team. We may get to the point that we're going to create co-ed, but at this point, it's like we're just trying to make sure that we can handle these two. Yeah. And if there's such a ask for it, we could include it. But one thing I'll be totally honest about, there is a ton that goes involved in judging, and adding more on is actually more than you could imagine in time spent in front of a computer watching reps.
Yeah, we've done a couple of online competitions that I've hosted through my training stuff, and even with 20, 30 people, the amount of hours watching videos, chasing people for stuff is hectic. So 10,000 is a lot of hours.
Yeah. So we're only really going to watch the top 3 to 5 people per age group and top 10 scores in each pro group. And if you're doing well, your scores are going to be reviewed through the team group as well. So obviously if you're one of the back teams, no offense, I'm very I'm proud to have you as a member of our party. But I can't allot the amount of time. I'm already allotting $5,000 worth of budget to have a whole judging team review for the whole month of November, because there are going to be a bunch of men and women just sitting in front of their desk. And we do want to have the best coaching possible and judging possible. but we can only spread ourselves so thin. So just to be honest, don't be offended if we don't review your video and you're like in 5,000th place.
Damn, that puts me out then.
Yeah, I think, yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah. So,
and will it be a hybrid judging model?
experience
Will it just be video reviews, or will you have any sort of live or in-person judging element, or will you be encouraging gyms to also be judging people kind of in person as well?
Yes. So it's our goal. Well, first off, video submission is going through a company called WODproof app. You have to download the app if you want to submit your video. WODproof app is a very well-recognized international business in the entire CrossFit industry. It's very simple. You can put a timer so we can see the timer. It time stamps it just so that I know that you did it within the week that we asked you to do it. And it's very easy for me to see your body and a clock at the same time doing your pull-ups or your push-ups or your squats or just basic movements I'm trying to give you.
Yeah.
And the other way of submitting your score because of the run is you have to have a Strava account. So if either of you want to participate, you download Strava. You have to join our group so that we can make sure we can keep track of you very easily. We can you click record. Let's say one of the tests is a 5-mile run. You press stop. We take the scoring. You embed it into the competition corner. I, as a judge, click. I go to your account. It shows you ran 5 miles. It took you 25 minutes. You're the fastest person in the world. It took you 5 hours. You're the slowest person in the world. We at least are able to see your score through that.
Cool. Yeah, I say, like, I use WODproof already, use Strava already. Like, I think those are the ones that most people already have access to. So that's cool.
Sure. We're pumped about the tech that we have. If there ever was going to be a virtual event, I feel like we're covering the bases with the best level of integrity possible. There are going to be flaws. I'm not a perfect man. We're not a perfect company, but we're very excited to try anyways.
Yeah. And that would be awesome to see. Like, one of the things I've seen, especially with the Spartan virtual races, is you see guys running 10K races with the obstacles and you see their time and it says like 7 minutes. And the fact that's not been picked up on, like, I think that's a big thing with a lot of virtual competition. So like, knowing that you guys have got competition corner for the setup and then WODproof and Strava, like, being checked, it adds to virtual competitions what nothing else virtual has really given me this year, in that it's an actual competition, not just submit your thing, pay for a t-shirt. Like, it's a proper competition.
Yeah, totally. And that's what I want. I mean, I want people to have fun. Not everyone's going to be aligned with what we want to do. Some people just want to show up and get the finisher medal. We love competition. We're a company that's born off of competition. It's an athletic company designed by athletes. You know, I have been competing professionally for 10 years. My entire team is built of athletes, or my father and brother who have helped sponsor me and advise me my entire career. So everybody has the athletic body in mind, and we want to see everybody do their very best. And if it means that you got your first push-up or pull-up during these workouts, we're super excited to see that achieved. And if you're a world-class athlete that just wants to kind of burn up the rubber or crush everybody's souls, we've got a place for you to work out.
Sweet. And I've seen, like, you've signed up quite a few of the Spartan Pro guys. I've seen, like, I think it was VJ and Ryan and a couple of other guys have signed up already and posted they've signed up. Also know that you are sort of friends with Chandler Smith and Jacob Heppner. Have you had any luck convincing them to take part?
Yeah, they're likely going to take part. I'm trying to convince Chandler. I was texting with him today. He hasn't gotten back to me, that piece of crap. Like, he's part of the military fitness team. I would love if he competed and the military fitness team competed, because it's a very, very, like, applicable workout to their style of like training and operations. Jacob, you know, I'm trying not to pressure the guys too hard because they're just about to qualify for the games and there's only 5 athletes going. So ton of pressure on their shoulders. If they make it, obviously I'm going to give them a break and say, like, you don't have to compete in my event because you're obviously putting a lot of work in towards the games right now. You probably need a break. But I think a lot of these guys, they want something to do. We're all very close friends. We've all, we've worked together on, Chandler and I have competed 3 times together in the past year. Hepner and I have competed probably a dozen times together in the past couple of years. So we're close friends. I've got a bunch of other CrossFit girls that I've been talking to, because this event's not exclusive to just OCR athletes. We're all inclusive. We'd love if you love to work out, it's going to be a bitchin' time. So that would be great to have the entire environment come together on this.
Yeah. Awesome.
Oh.
Yeah. So one of my favorite things from last year was like what you guys did. Like, you going to the games was incredible. It was super fun to have like an OCR guy at the games, even if they absolutely fucked you with the event order. But
conversation for another time.
Bringing those guys over to do different time. But like you bringing the guys over to like the events at Tahoe and stuff. I thought that was awesome. And this seems to be sort of similar to that vibe, where it's the running and the fitness combined over different events. So I know you aren't releasing the actual events until much closer to the time, but the rough outline is it 2 running workouts, 2 functional fitness workouts?
Yeah. The gym workouts are going to be under 20 minutes. I'll give you guys that. So, and the equipment, 250-pound dumbbells, a 24 by 30 by 20-inch box, the very typical gym box. Everyone should have one. I do need to give it that universal size, because it would affect the workouts drastically if you had a different size. And a pull-up bar that's bolted into the wall or ground. You can't have people with those $20 pull-up bars trying to do movements, because it's lethal. And you need to have a lane that, like, just like in the CrossFit Open, that you can show covering distance and space. So that's the only other thing I'll tell you guys. And the gym workouts, you got to imagine, like, as I said to everybody, if they haven't heard this before, think about it. In a Spartan race, you carry 250-pound sandbags up the mountain. You'll flip a 400-pound tire. You'll do a Herc hoist, which is like 150 pounds. Strength. Like, those are things that include weights and moving weights. You think that whatever, the twister, everything, there's tons of dynamic grip strength that shows you have control of your body moving through time and space while holding onto a bar. That's not possible, but just imagine you will be hanging from your hands. So that's an easy fact right there. And the workouts are under 20 minutes. Pretty much everyone should finish the runs. I'll tell you, if you're a pro, you'll definitely finish under an hour. And if you're the average goer, almost, I would say 70 to 80% of our people will finish in under an hour, all the runs.
Cool.
So that's just another little hint.
That's music to my ears. Sub 20-minute workouts and less than an hour running is exactly what I like.
Yeah, that's your style, Sean.
I want everyone to have a good time.
We like that.
And
so short, sharp, rather than endurance-based type stuff then.
Sure. If it wasn't for this time of year and some things that I'm getting ready for, I almost never run over an hour and 15 minutes. I don't really like to. I like to go for longer bike rides. I just don't like going for that long of runs. It just always kind of chews up my body. And I don't like those like long grinder workouts. I trained for Murph just recently, and it destroyed me. Those things, like just spending time under tension in the gym, breaking up muscle fiber and stuff, pumping up your chest, your legs, your back, that destroys you. I kind of strong and fresh at all times. Like, I like doing tons of different things. I just went into the gym and did a 45-minute chest workout before I saw you guys, and I'm out in 45 minutes. I don't want to be in there for 2 hours just beating myself to death. So I just sit down for the rest of the day and have no energy. It just doesn't work for me. So, I'm incorporating similar style.
Now I understand why it is that we started and you took your top off straight away. You just wanted to show off your chest pump.
100%. I am really hot right now, though, to be honest.
So from a training perspective then, is that the advice that you would give people as they're approaching this, to try and throw in lots of different training modalities, functional fit movements, but again, just kind of mixing it up, because you could be throwing a whole variety of movements, or will you be working towards more of a set standard?
I'll tell you this. You will not be running and doing exercise at the same time. It's not like you're going to get on the rower and then go do a strength or.
Oh, I think we've lost you, Hunter.
I'm not trying to include. Oh, can you hear me now?
We can, yes.
Yeah. Can you just go again from the row a bit?
Okay. I'll just tell you guys, based on the equipment, there's not going to be any running into a gym movement like, deadlifts or, pull-ups or stuff. It's just gym, and then it's just gym or it's just running. We don't include the two. I'll tell you this. There's no CrossFit movements like dumbbell snatches or shoulder presses or thrusters or cleans. Those aren't things that we're including, at least in the 1.0, none of that stuff. So more traditional strength and conditioning based movements rather than the new functional fitness era style movements. I'm not saying one's better than the other. I just think that one is more applicable to what we do as athletes. So leg strength, leg endurance, core strength, core endurance, grip strength, grip endurance, not how much can you snatch, how much can you squat, it's not that. Like, you don't need to have those dynamics. So those are the things I'll tell you. And as far as running goes, if I asked you to show up to, I'm including the idea of all obstacle course races in history. So it took me to finish a TMX 10 minutes. It took me to finish a Spartan Race World Championships 3 hours and 45 minutes one time. So be able to do something hard for 10 minutes and be able to survive for 3 hours, even though I already told you that it's going to be under an hour most likely. Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, that's good advice. I think anyone listening gets a little hint. Like, in my head, when you said boxes and dumbbells, I was like, right, devil presses, like box jumps, box get overs, starting to think that through. So it's cool to know that it's more traditional based.
Yeah. So that's the idea.
Next thing I wanted to know for the, sorry, Lana, I was just going to say for the, for the everyday people, for people that don't necessarily want to compete and stuff, what is the sort of sign up incentive? Is there t-shirts, medals? Is it a pride thing?
Because everyone loves a free t-shirt.
So my other motto for a day, I basically want to be able to give back to every member that signs up, whether that be you get a t-shirt, you get a supplement, you get a watch, you get a pair of shoes, you get a partnership with a tech company. Like, we're working with a company. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
A partnership with a tech company called Challenge Me, which is a really fun platform for people to all share their workouts and work as coaches and work amongst the community. So everybody will get something by the end of this thing. We will all give back. Obviously, when you're at the top of the ladder, you get some really cool stuff and you get a lot of cash. If you're down near the bottom of the ladder, I still want you to feel like you showed something. Like, did you work hard and, get a good sweat in and get to have an athletic experience again? But in some way, our company was able to work with sponsors to be able to bring something to you. Because I always get free t-shirts and all the goodies, the free watches, the shoes, but I know that doesn't get spread out. And it's my goal to be able to give that back. I can't promise you the world, but if I had it, I'd give it to you. But I'm on the phone every day with sponsors all day long. I mean, I've talked to 4 different sponsors today. I have 3 or 4 different calls with sponsors tomorrow. It's endless. It is endless.
Cool.
And are those prizes?
Hopefully
good or
speak for everyone.
sunglasses?
Ah, nice. Sunglasses for here as well as would definitely be a favorite. And actually that would be my question is, will those prizes and those kind of entry incentives be applicable to anyone entering from anywhere? Will you be working with local sponsors? Will that just be focused on the people who are in the US because of the logistical challenges?
At this point, we're doing our very best to make sure that this is an international business and experience. You know, like Darn Tough is a company that's a US based company that makes incredible socks.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be giving out, at this point, they're going to be giving out, if we finish this deal, it's not 100% signed. They'll be giving out a lot of their products to people. You know, obviously, I would love for those products to be able to make it to Singapore. It may be the kind of thing where what I'm telling most sponsors is they can give us a code. So if you did well, let's just say you came top 500, top 1,000 in the world, you're now able to type in a code that says like, you know, OCR Stars at their website, and you're able to get, you know, $100 worth of socks or something, or just 1 free pair of socks. You may have to pay for shipping. I don't know if that's going to be like $150 to get all the way out to Singapore, but the reality is like, we did our best to get you something. And, you know, if it comes to you at a cost, I'm sorry, but we're at least trying.
No, I don't think people appreciate
like I was going to say, like, I think, I think the effort is valued from at least everyone I know and everyone I'd associate with. From their point of view, the effort to get that done is as important as actually getting it in the end.
Yeah. I mean, I was just on a phone call today with a company and they were offering X amount of money to us. And I said, well, you know, here's the reality. That's only 300 signups to me. I can get 300 signups. If you help me spread what's going on through the community, we'll get 300 signups. So I'd rather not take your money. I'd rather you just try really hard to and tell people about what we're doing, and then we'll give 50% of my signups t-shirts. I'm willing to give you everything that I can as a company to show that, like, you know, we've represented this partnership to its fullest capacity. So if that means that every single item, it means I don't get rich, but now all of a sudden 5,000 to 10,000 athletes globally get something based on what we started, it would be pretty gosh darn incredible. And I can't say that this is going to be an event that I'm going to get rich off of. Like, I've already put $30,000 of my own money into this.
Wow.
I've been sponsored and paid for my entire life. I think it's probably time for me to give back a little bit. I obviously want to make my $30,000 back, but if I lose it, shit, what are you going to do?
I'd be surprised if you didn't at least make some of it back.
That's positive encouragement there, Sean.
I mean, we're already doing
maybe some of it.
We're already doing very well in signups, but you know, it's my investment by getting on the calls with people like you to help spread the word throughout their community. Because this doesn't really cost me anything. I mean, time is money, but at the same time, this is the whole reason why I started it. I wanted to be able to connect with the whole sport again. Now I'm on the phone with you guys. After this, I'm on the phone with the CEO of FitAid. I'm just being able to do something. And rather than losing a whole year of my life, I'm getting it back and I'm connecting with everybody. I'm having a blast. So it's money well spent, and we'll get it back.
Cool. And not to blow smoke up your ass, but this is the first competition I've heard people really excited about for a while now. Like, I've already got a couple of my wife is one, hasn't done a single virtual thing all year because she doesn't really like enjoy them has signed up straight away for this. A couple of guys I coach signed up straight away and were hassling me to sign myself up. Like, you've got to do it with us. Like, and I haven't had that with any other aspect of virtual stuff this year. It's been a lot of, I don't want to do it. Like, everything's shit. Whereas I think this has excited people again.
Yeah, I think the competitive element is really what's made the difference. Like you said, doing some of the other virtual races and you see people posting 7-minute 10K times, and you're like, oh, come on, like, everyone knows that that's not real. So I think actually feeling like this is the closest a lot of us might get to a race this year where we can engage with other people on a level playing field, to feel like we're actually getting the chance to stack up against people. And potentially to qualify for the OCR World Champs as well, which is something that I'd love to know. How did you manage to pull that off? And what does it mean for athletes who are getting involved in this competition, who could potentially then be competing together in real life next year?
I got on the phone call first with Joe DeSena, and I ran an idea by him. And he wanted to work with me, but I just was like, this company's too busy for this project. They got too many things going on. I was like, even though it could be very beneficial to the Spartan race, I think if I worked with Adrian loves this sport so much that he would rather sink with the ship than float, by himself in a little boat in the Bahamas. You know what I mean? Like, he put everything he had into it to keep it going. And so I called him next, and I was like, you know what? I'm trying to do something, and I'm telling you right now that it is going to be a game changer. And I'm hoping you understand that when I say that I'm doing this, I'm doing it with all of the best intentions at the highest level of integrity. And this is going to be the greatest athletic event going on in 2020. I would love for you to be my partner. I'm going to make sure that this, like, a bunch of people had already offered the whole virtual thing. And he had basically been like, no, not better, but the better. I gave him how we would measure it, how we would record it, how we would be consistent with it, and how we would give back to the athletes, all with an exact plan. And I just dropped it on his lap, and I was like, let's start this thing. And I was like, honestly, nobody has anything really to look forward to right now, and especially OCRWC. There's no guarantee that it's going to happen in the near future. I was like, let's work to giving them at least something, and then hopefully people will understand that if you and I are partnered together, that this is a real serious event, and that it's for athletes who are really serious or athletes who just want to have a blast. It doesn't have to be one or the other, but we have to have both together so that we have the opportunity for everyone if they want to be part of it. So we are qualifying 320 athletes, both pro all the way down through age groupers. And you know what? It's one of the only opportunities I think we had this year to actually qualify. So it's a very limited and exciting opportunity. And I've loved obstacle course racing world championships more than any other event I've ever done. When they had it in Canada, I freaking loved it. I didn't get to go to the UK, even though I really wanted to do that 100 obstacle one. So I think we both have a vision, and we both believe in the same thing. And I believe at the end of this thing that both of us will have really gained a lot from the partnership.
Cool.
And
Awesome.
like you said, like there is that sort of limited, like it's awesome, like limited chance to sign up and not sign up, to qualify for OCR World Champs for next year now. So potentially the winners here could be a big majority of the field, which is really fun to think of. Like, people weren't able to go and actually do races, being able to qualify and then take down those sort of events. Yeah, it is going to be friggin' spectacular. I just want to be totally honest with you guys. My phone's at 5%, so I got about 5 minutes. So that thing's up because I don't have a plug anywhere in sight.
Okay, well, in that case,
Cool.
I think we're probably good to wrap. But before we let you go, We love to ask our guests what their favorite workout of the week has been. So knowing that you might be training in the style that this competition will demand, could you share with us what's been your top workout of the week?
This doesn't really, the workout I just did that was a blast. It was so hard. I don't know if it will help anybody. I'll give you guys the more helpful of the two. I did 5 thrusters, 10 toe to bars, and then 15 calorie ski erg. And I sprinted it as hard as I could. And I would rest a minute afterwards. And I repeated it 5 times. And I every Monday I do a sprint workout where I just go max effort. And it needs to be sustainable. There's no point in shitting the bed on the first one and then not being able to make it through the last ones. But I think there's something that really transforms your body and your mind when you push yourself into that like 90 to 100, and it just is incredible. So I would tell everybody who works out, take 1 day a week and beat yourself to death. And then the rest of the week should be management, recovery, all that kind of stuff. So that was my favorite workout so far.
Awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Is there, just before your battery dies and we let you go, is there anything else you want to say or like mention before we let you go?
Yeah, I'll just end on this, guys. Like, this is a community experience. As much as I want to be able to do on my own, I'm limited to the length of my day and the length of my arm, basically. Like, my cell phone reach is only so far. It's going to need everybody coming together. If we really want to be able to hit the numbers and gain back everything that we lost this year, it's going to take the capacity of the community together. And I'm so passionate about this project. I hope you guys hear my voice, the global, or you want to support because you've loved and you can't compete. Donate an entry to somebody else or sign up a team or spread the good word, whatever it might be. I'd love to see you guys all compete in some fashion, but anything you can give is greatly appreciated, and we can't wait to see where this thing goes by November.
Awesome. Yeah, I say I'm really excited.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, really appreciate your time, and
thank you guys so much for the day.
Yeah, no, before your phone dies, we'll let you go.
Enjoy the rest of your day in Singapore.
Yeah, time for me to go out and run now. Thanks so much. Bye.
And that concludes this episode of the OCR Review. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'd love to hear from you, so please hit us up on our social media channels. You can email us at theocrreview@gmail.com, find us on Instagram at the OCR Review, or on Facebook at the OCR Review.
Remember to send us your thoughts, questions and suggestions for future episodes, and please do subscribe on Spotify, Apple or your podcast platform of choice and leave us a review. We've been
Ilona,
Jay,
Sean
and Jesse.
and this is the OCR Review. Thanks for listening.